Alright guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And friends, welcome to another Canvas review. Today, we're going to be cracking open this one right here. Now, before I get started in this, let me get you up to speed in case this is your first video or your first Canvas review that you are watching from us. You see, we do things a little bit different from most people. If you go to Google and type in best Canvas print, you're going to notice a handful of sites, respected sites out there that have Canvas reviews, and they're claiming these Canvas prints out there are the best prints out there. But yet, if you look at the fine details, you'll notice that they are using stock images from each of the Canvas manufacturers. They're basically regurgitating marketing information from these print manufacturers, which means they have not even touched a Canvas print. And the reason why I share this with you is because we've been doing these reviews for the last, or these shootouts for the last 3 years. And the reason why we do this is over the years, I've heard so many horror stories from people like yourself going out there and spending your hard-earned money on a Canvas print, thinking that it's the best print for your money because some website or somebody told you that it was the best print. So what we've done here is we put these reviews together. The first year we did it, we compared 3 different Canvas companies. Last year we compared 7. This year we are comparing 11 different Canvas manufacturers. And why this is a little bit different from last year, up till this point, we just basically pushed out one solid big ass video. Last year ended up being over a 2-hour long video. So this year we're breaking down these videos into small bite-sized little pieces. So each print gets its own smaller bite-sized video, and by doing so we're able to share more of that experience with you as well. And each year we do the same process. I'll go out there and I'll spend no more than $100 and I'll blind shop these Canvas companies. We're going to send the same image out, and I'm going to open this in front of you so therefore you can see firsthand. So you don't need to take my word for it. You may agree with me, you may not agree with me in terms of the likes and dislikes, but you're going to see firsthand that if you make an order with that particular company, what you can expect, where your dollars are going to get you. And that said, my friend, and so we're going to crack this open. You're going to see from the boxing, you're going to see everything that I like, dislike. And incidentally, if you want to see the other companies that we've reviewed, go down in the description below. As we are publishing these videos, we're going to put links to the other reviews that we've published so far, so you can go watch those. And ultimately, at the end, you're going to be able to click on the company that we ultimately crowned as the 2021 champion. So that said, let's find a knife and let's crack this thing open. Honestly, this box is not clear who this came from. I can tell you right now, it feels good. I like the weight of it. It feels really solid. I like you have, as you can see, all these straps here on this thing, which is pretty awesome. Let's move my keyboard over there so I don't jack up that. Okay. All right, so here is first impression of what you're getting on this, and I'll find out who this is from. I think this is from CG Pro. Here's sure that this is from CG Pro. Let me check first, because there's no paperwork in here and the label is a little ambiguous, and that is not a good thing. Just give me a second. Google, let me go to my email account that I sent all these things out so I can do what this is. Okay, there's damn, who the hell is this from? We're striking out here. Google. Okay, let's do 120 9th Avenue.
One eternity later.
Yeah, CG Pro. Okay. All right, well, that was a little bit of a pain in the ass to find out who this came from because there's no branding on the outside and there's no paperwork on the inside here. But then again, how many of you are going to be ordering prints from multiple different printing companies? And so, but yeah, I was surprised. So anyways, this is CG Pro. All right, so here's the box. The box is pretty nice. I do like that. Whereas some companies, they will have just a box and the things like sloshing around and they're moving all over. At least they lock this in there pretty nice, which does a good job. And as you can see, there's this pretty decent quality plastic bag around. Oh boy. You know, I was excited about this when I was feeling the weight of it. Now, I'm a car guy, and you can tell a big difference between a car of a, I'm saying I have a Rolls Royce, but you know, let's say Rolls Royce to a Honda, the weight of the door. And I always associate quality with weight, and this thing had a nice weight to it, but I'm finding things already that I'm a little bummed about. I have to be frank with you here. So anyway, one of the first things I'm noticing here is the colors the blues look it punches you in the face. The blues are very vibrant, which I do like. But one of the first things I notice is we're losing a lot of detail. In the tree here, it is just it's very soft. The snow. The snow looks the tint where some of the other companies will have, you know, the snow either has this brown tingish or this blue tingish. This actually looks pretty good from a white balance standpoint. It looks pretty good, but there's a lot of detail lost. The canvas looks pretty good. The corners look incredible, but I know what this is already, and so this is not what I call a true canvas print, and I'll get to that in a moment. So on the back, it has these nice little rubbery knobbies on the bottom, which is nice because when you put it up against the wall, it just secures the bottom and keeps it pushed away from the wall a little bit. Now, as I've explained. Well, actually, I didn't explain, which I should have here. So every year I do the same thing. There's this big, nasty logo that will normally go right down here. And we can see evidence of it on the bottom side here. So these guys did a solid, whereas most companies that I review, they don't do anything. Then you have this big, nasty logo there, and I do that for a reason. And you know, as humans, you know, and as photographers or artists, you may be drop shipping print out to a client, and as humans, we do make mistakes. And in that case, if there's a big, nasty, ugly logo there, I appreciate that a company has some sort of quality control and will pick up the phone or email and, hey, are you sure you want this on there? This looks pretty awful, or you know, are you aware that this is on there? So these guys, what they did is they actually pushed the logo down on the bottom. So that's a pretty cool. They didn't notify me on that, but it looks pretty good. But again, there's a lot of detail lost in this image. The corners are just impeccable, but they would in this style of a print. And again, I don't really classify this as a traditional print, and we'll get to that in a moment. Because one of the things we're going to be evaluating here in a moment is the frame. Now you know where I'm leading with this. So on the back of this here, there's no staples, but what there is these little screws here, and I don't know if I have a screwdriver here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 screws in the back here. I think I have a screwdriver in here. Let's see if this sucker's gonna work. Otherwise, we're just gonna tear this up. Okay. If this was in wood, this would not be this easy. So this is, I'm about 95% sure this is a pizza box. What is a pizza box, Alex? Well, my friend, you're gonna find out here in a moment. You are in store for a treat. And actually, before I go digging that out, let's measure the mounting hardware. Okay, so the mounting hardware is perfect. It's dead center, which is fantastic because, as you may know, or if you've not seen past episodes, last year we had some people or some prints that came through where the mounting system or the mounting hardware was way off center. And again, we're evaluating everything here. So again, you're paying good money for a print. You want the best print possible, especially if you're sending it out to a client, and when they open up that print, that curb appeal, that first impression is representation of you as well. They don't care where the print came from, because at the end of the day, they're going to evaluate that print, and that becomes an extension of who you are as a professional. Okay, so I'm not going to take all of these off. I'm just going to take enough of them off where I can peel this thing back. Okay, boom, boom. Oh, and it's probably worth noting that there is mounting hardware for both landscape as well as portrait orientation as well. And let me just check that one, make sure that one's flush, or center rather, 16. Okay, this one is slightly over to the left by about 1/8 of an inch. Not a deal breaker, but it's not perfect either. They blew this too? Damn, they blew this too. Okay. Okay, this is... Okay. Yep, this is exactly what I thought it was. Man, that's a bummer. And again, when I was feeling the box, I'm like, ooh, this could be a good one. This is going to be a good one. But nope, this is a bit of a buzzkill. Okay. Oh, Jesus, what the hell? Ah, crap. It's full of styrofoam. That means I gotta vacuum my office as soon as I'm done with this review. Okay. Make sure I don't cut myself. Okay. My friend, let me introduce to you a pizza box. Okay. There's no frame. These things are slammed. These are basically kits. Whereas most companies, a lot of companies, they'll go through the process of building a quality frame. And that quality frame is much more durable. It feels better. And there's a few companies I've noticed recently have started using these pizza box styles. And that's where you notice it. There's so much styrofoam all over the place. You notice it right off the get-go. It doesn't feel... Normally you have that kind of drum sound. While it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look this... For me, I like a frame. I like a good quality frame. These pizza box style, I get it. It's less expensive to manufacture. It's quicker for them to throw these things out. It's less material used. But it's not a good quality print in my opinion. It's nice that they put the styrofoam, because some of the companies, you'll see in some of the other reviews, they don't put the styrofoam. Actually, only one other company that I've tested so far this year actually put styrofoam in it. The other one did not put styrofoam. So from a frame standpoint, this is a big buzzkill. Okay. Going back over to, I mean, it's really hard to screw these things up because it's an automation process that they're slamming these things together. But the backing is slightly, so if you look at this right here, you follow this white line right here, you can see it's dipping in the center and it kind of bows up on each end. So it's not quite perfect. It's hard to evaluate something like this because it's not like the same product as a quality canvas. The corners do look good though. The colors off on the front, it's just a little punchy, and it's a little bit over, I don't want to say it's oversaturated, but a lot of the details lost. The whites look really fantastic. But details lost, and yeah, unfortunately, this is definitely not what I expected from CG Pro. I thought this was going to be a I thought this was going to be one of the better prints, to be quite frank with you. So would I have been disappointed with this if I was receiving this based upon the sharpness of the image? Yes, I would. If I was expecting when I go out and buy a high quality print, I want a frame. And that's the part that they missed the mark on this. I like the little rubber nubbies on the bottom. I like that I do like the backing, but obviously with this sort of print, you need to have the backing, otherwise you have all this styrofoam all over the place. All right, so that is CG Pro. We're going to show the final results of their scoring here. Okay, well that was CG Pro. Now guys, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you want to view some of the other companies and the other prints that we've reviewed so far, go down below in the description and just click on the links from there. And again, I'm going to recommend that you hit the bell so therefore you're notified every time that we come out with a new video, because each week we're going to be publishing a new review until we've exhausted all 11. Then after the 11th Canvas review that we push out, we are going to publish the final video, which is going to crown the 2021 Best Canvas Print Shootout. Now, that said, it's that time of the video where, my friend, I'm going to ask you to do all that YouTube stuff that is very valuable to the channel. So, if you found some value, if we helped you make an educated decision on whether this is the right print for you, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, hey, we would love to have you part of this family. We do have a lot of fun on this channel, so hit it, or consider hitting that subscribe button. And while you're at it, as I mentioned before, hit that bell so therefore you're notified each time that we come out with a new video. That said, my friend, I'm going to be jumping out of my studio. You get out there, stay healthy, and create your best shot.